political storm. Famous Harry Potter character Hagrid dies. Sri Lankan team became the runners-up in the Women's Asia Cup T20 tournament. Now for those and other stories in detail. Director General of the Disaster Management Centre, Major General Sudhanta Ranasinghe says funds have been provided to extend relief to all persons being subject to disasters.
The number of persons affected due to the inclement weather condition has gone up to 55,435. According to the reports received so far, the number of families victimized by the bad weather condition is 13,902. Out of this number, 1,146 persons have been relocated in 14 secure centers. 3 deaths have also been reported by this afternoon. Mother and son in the same family were killed when a soil mountain fell off the 2-storied house in Tumbaliyadda in Main Oluwa in Varakapala last evening. Father was able to rescue yesterday itself, and however he was admitted to the Kergol General Hospital with a leg fractured. It has also been reported that another resident in the house of a 10-year-old male child was saved as he was attending a tuition class at the time of the accident. State Minister Ranjit Siyabalapati has visited the place of the disaster last night and discussed on ways of providing relief to the affected residents residing in 6 nearby houses who are living in an earth-slip-prone area have been evacuated. Incessant are reported to be lashing Ratnapura. The heavy rainfall have overflowed waters in Kaluganga, Waganga and Hangamu River. Our correspondent says main roads by roads as well as residential areas in the Ratnapura and Alapantha Divisional Secretariat divisions have been inundated. Transport has come to a standstill due to Niralagama main road in Ratnapura coming underwater in Athoya area. A floating corpse was found in a canal in Rajamavata in Epitavatta with water levels exceeding the spill level of the Kaluganga. The identity of the victim has not yet been disclosed. Thunder showers in the Galle district has also killed a 27-year-old resident in Bangamakanda, where he was swept away in a water current in a canal. Galle District Secretary Shanti Veerasinghe says there are around 270 displaced families in the district. Around 30 houses have been partially destroyed. Water level in the King River has also risen and fishermen have refrained from engaging in fishing in the rough seas. Heavy rains have also inundated the portion of road from Kurunduga Hathama to Valipanna, and the surrounding lowlands were also covered in water. The Athanagaloya has also overflowed, inundating many low-lying areas and roads. The District Irrigation Engineer's Office cautions residents living in lowlands of the lower Athanagaloya area to remain extremely vigilant over further floods. 36 anicuts of the Athanagaloya remain open. A person who was swept away in the flood waters in Gampaha area was recovered through intervention of the Gampaha Fire Brigade unit this morning. Roads and many low-lying areas in the Dompe Divisional Secretariat Division have also come underwater due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. An extent of around 1 kilometer of roadway in the Hanwella-Kirindewella Road has come underwater in Tharala. The traffic has been fully halted and many houses and boutiques were inundated. Roads and low-lying areas of the Sithamaka Divisional Secretariat Division came underwater due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. 850 persons in 12 Grama divisions were affected and relocated in 3 detention centers. A wall in a house in Karavanalla was broken in heavy rainfall, but there were no injuries to anybody. 2 sluice gates of the Polkola Reservoir have been opened. A request has been made from persons using the lower portion of the reservoir to be attentive on further disasters. The North Central Province is also receiving heavy rainfall and many low-lying areas of the Vavuniya have been inundated. Water flow of the Ravana has rapidly increased. Police informs people to refrain from bathing in the waterfall. The Met Department predicts further intermittent or thunder showers in the provinces of Western, Sabaragamu, Central and Northwestern, and also in the Galle and Mathura districts. Some locations in the Galle and Mathura district may receive heavy rain exceeding 100 millimeters. There is a strong likelihood of the remaining areas in the island receiving thunder showers in the evening or at night. The National Building Research Organization has further extended the warnings on earth slips which it had issued yesterday. The red notices for evacuation have been issued under 3 stages in 7 divisional secretariat divisions in the Kaluthara, Nuwara Eliya and Ratnapura districts. 16 DSDAs in Kaluthara, Gaekol and Ratnapura have been informed to remain vigilant. Similar warnings have been given under stage 1 of 11 DSDAs in Colombo, Gaol and Kaluthara. And meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterates that all Sri Lankans must get together to embark upon a program to resolve the food crisis of the people through creation of food security.
He adds that all citizens must disassociate themselves with traditional party politics. Sri Lanka is going through an extremely difficult period, yet nobody will be kept hungry. The President has expressed these remarks at a meeting in the Hardy High Technology Auditorium in Ampara. The event has been conducted with the objective of enlightening Ampara district state officials on the multifaceted joint mechanism to strengthen the rural economic centre in order to guarantee food safety and nutrition. The President has further pointed out that the country must effectively face any impending global food crises anticipated in the year 2023 by successfully carrying forward the National Food Production Programme.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he was to review the implementation of food security program in the Ampara district. He added that they also identified the shortcomings in the implementation of the program at rural level. The problem of organic fertilizer was raised. The distribution of organic fertilizer was made by the minister last year, but this year it was left to the companies to complete distribution of fertilizer. The President has further pointed out that one problem with regard to the fertilizer is that there are bills of 8 billion rupees outstanding from last year due to the companies which they have commenced settling failed to fully oblige. He said that the government has paid about 4 billion rupees out of the amount. He added that secondly, the discussions would be held with the Civil Security Department and the necessary officials for the endeavour. The armed forces are also making a considerable contribution to the production. The President also said that it is the first time such a program is implemented in Sri Lanka, and as such a situation had not occurred in the country prior to this. Although food could not be brought in during the Second World War, the economy did not collapse. Now the economy has collapsed. This year the economy has recovered somewhat in comparison to last year, but still there are issues. Money is being printed, resulting in an increase in inflation. There are limitations when dealing with the available money. Somehow the country should all come together to find solutions to these problems. What the people need to do is now to commence the cultivation activities in their own areas and report it. Thereafter, Sri Lanka Food Security Bureau will inform the government about the types of food that are required more. There is no issue with paddy cultivation. If this season is successful, the country will have an excess stock. Crops such as maize should be increased. The President requested to obtain additional space for such crops and carry out the cultivation activities. All the officers that are involved in the project at ground level have been included in this program. First, they need to ensure food security. Secondly, they need to commence a food program to eliminate malnutrition. The government too would support them. Food banks and community kitchens have been created to support the program. Sri Lanka is experiencing a difficult period and must not allow anyone to starve for lack of food. As soon as the next Maha season would be successful, we can move forward, and we need to continue this program until the end of 2023. Even if our problem is solved, a global food crisis may arise, so we have to continue this program to ensure food security in our country further. This food security mechanism does not stop there. While implementing the food security program, the people will initiate the agriculture sector modernization program from the next year. Accordingly, they have undertaken a new task and all are required to work together. The state do not have party politics in this manner. Traditional politics are useless in this endeavour. He requests to put party politics aside. The country needs politics to solve the food crisis of the people. He called on all join this program. The production program should be commenced now and continue until April to get a successful harvest in the Maha season.
The farmers in the Ampara district produces 22% of the island's paddy output. The meeting has focused attention on ways of making successful the paddy harvest in the upcoming cultivation seasons. The President has directly intervened in finding the problems and difficulties faced by the government officials engaged in activities in the district. The special feature has been that President patiently and attentively listened to their grievances. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has also focused special attention on the agricultural and fisheries problems in the Ampara district. He has ordered to set up a special committee to rectify the anomalies. A large group, including MPs and ministers and government officials, has been participated. Upon participation in the discussion, President Wickremesinghe was engaged in an inspection tour at the Hardy farm and planted a sapling in the premises. Now, Minister Kanchana Wijayasekara requests relevant parties to complain to institutions safeguarding the law if any irregularity had been committed by his ministry rather than accusing in front of the media alone. The minister at a media briefing in Colombo today has pointed out that the criticism in front of the media alone would discourage government officials and fuel supplying institutions.
Minister Kanchana Wijayasekara said that a former minister has accused him of allowing only one company to import fuel. He added that this company was registered before he assumed duties. The former minister was trying to give the impression that they registered a company friendly to him. The company was registered during the tenures of former ministers Uday Gammanpilla and Kamini Lokuge. He said that he has not made any influences in fuel or coal imports. He said that if the accusers continue to function in this manner, legal action will have to be taken against them.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that a sustainable Sri Lanka will be established where each and every person has access to a nutritious meal. He has reiterated this fact at a program conducted in the Colombo office of the United Nations yesterday. The program has been organized in connection with the World Food Day. The theme of the program is more conducive production, more conducive service and more conducive environment, as well as leading a good life through collective effort. It has also been disclosed on this occasion that the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, the International Fund for Agricultural Development and the United Nations World Food Program are continuously committed to create food security in Sri Lanka. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has issued a special message in this regard.
When Sri Lanka and globally the other countries, we are commemorating the World Food Day at a time when Sri Lanka and globally the other countries are all facing a food crisis. We all know that due to the fall in production of food crops, mainly due to the absence of chemical fertilizer, today we are facing a shortage in many other items that are required for our daily consumption. Secondly, the raging inflation has put food out of the reach of many people. While we are now overcoming these issues, Sri Lanka and the rest of the world are faced with a second crisis. The Ukraine war has created a major food crisis in the world. It will be compounded by the inflation that is taking place globally. So just as much as we have a problem both locally and globally, others have a problem globally. So food will not be available for many groups throughout the world. This is why we in Sri Lanka have launched the food security program to ensure that food is available to all our people. It's a program that is not limited to this year or to the early part of next year. We will continue it till the end of 2023 and if necessary further. And I must thank the FAO for all the assistance they have given us, and I have no doubt that you will retain your leadership in ensuring that the people of this planet do not go hungry.
Today is the day that we celebrate our progress in ending hunger and malnutrition, but also a day to pause and think and rethink and recommit ourselves to the achievable yet the ever-eluding goal of world without hunger. Unfortunately, 2022 finds us with an ongoing pandemic, conflict, climate that won't stop warming, rising prices of both inputs for agriculture, as well as food commodities and international tension. All these are affecting global food security. Along with those global negative impacts, Sri Lanka is also in a very challenging situation in terms of food security. However, I am certain Sri Lanka will bounce back with the support of our farmers, friendly nations, UN agencies, and become once again able to meet this challenge of a food secure nation in a few years to come.
Including Minister Mahinda Amaravira has also participated in the event. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has also pointed out that the stability of the present government has been amply demonstrated through the appointment of a president through majority vote. He has made these remarks participating in the inaugural progress evaluation meeting of the Puttalam district in the Rural Economic Rejuvenating and Food Security Programme today. State Ministers Ashoka Priyantha and Sanat Nishanta have also attended the meeting held in Madampe.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has instructed divisional secretaries to engage in the compilation of data pertaining to all uncultivated lands belonging to the government and plantation companies in every Gamariladahara division. He has further stated that the President has instructed to take a speedy decision regarding such lands. He was addressing a ceremony held in connection with the declaring open of the second stage of the Vocational Training Centre in Kosgama. The Sitamuka Pradeshya Sabha has spent 13 million rupees in this connection. The centre provides vocational training in many fields including computer and culinary science. A group of students who have successfully followed training courses have also received their certificates on this occasion. And meanwhile, Minister Manusha Nanayakkara says overseas Sri Lankan nationals have become a tremendous strength on the development programs being implemented in the country.
He points out that therefore a comparatively higher increase in foreign remittances has been recorded than in previous months.
The Minister has made these observations participating in the inaugural ceremony of the Global Fair 2022 organised by the Ministry of Foreign Employment and Labour today. The event has taken place at the Samanala grounds in Galle with the participation of prospective local and foreign job recipients. Those who visit the venue are also able to receive all services extended by the Department of Labour. Presentation of scholarships to the children of migrant labour in the Galle district has also taken place on the sidelines of the two-day exhibition.
අපිට ඩොලර් මිලියන 279.5ක් අගෝස්තු මාසේ ඊට පස්සේ ඩොලර් මිලියන 325ක් අවසාන වශයෙන් සැප්තැම්බර් මාසේ වෙනකොට ඩොලර් මිලියන 359ක් දක්වා ඉහළ ගේන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. රටේ මිනිස්සුන්ට තෙල් ටික, ගෑස් ටික, බෙහෙත් ටික ගන්න අපේ රටවිරුවෝ උදව් කරා. ඒ කරන්න තියෙන දේ කරනකොට අපි මේ බදු වැඩි කරනකොට නොඑක් දේවල් කරනකොට විවේචනයේ හැබැයි
The convening of applications to identify persons eligible to receive welfare benefits has been extended till the 28th of this month.
The program has been implemented on the instructions of the President Ranil Wickremesinghe under the theme "Do not let loose any of the eligible persons from the program." The Welfare Benefit Board says it is essential for all those who are seeking welfare benefits to register under the new program. The eligible groups include Samurdhi recipients, adults, persons with disabilities, kidney patients and those whose livelihood is being sustained through public assistance. In addition, applications in waiting list as well as other welfare hopefuls should also get themselves registered. The relevant model application form is available in the website of the Welfare Benefits Board, www.wbb.gov.lk. The duly filled application form should be submitted to the Divisional Secretariat Division's office where the application is residing. Further information could be obtained through the telephone number 0112 151 481 or State Information Centre number 1919. The board says 2.4 million applications have been received by yesterday. Out of this number, more than 1,083,000 have been fed into the database. It has been estimated that around 3.9 families would apply for the social welfare program. And meanwhile, the Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Bandula Gunawardena, has entrusted relevant tasks and duties to the state ministries under his ministry.
The order has been published in an extraordinary Gazette notification. State Minister Shantha Bandara has been entrusted authority in the Department of Posts, State Printing Corporation and the Sri Lanka Printing Institute. Powers of the Department of Motor Traffic, National Council on Road Safety and Lakdiv Engineering Company Limited and the National Transportation Medical Institute has been entrusted to State Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna. Meanwhile, all subsidiary companies and related institutions under the Road Development Authority as well as of the administration of Sahasya Investments Limited has been conferred upon State Minister Siripala Gamlath. State Minister Shivansathurai Chandrakanthan has been entrusted the authority of the Maganaguma Division and State Development and Planning Corporation. The transferring powers of became effective from yesterday. Now, the Acting Academy program of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has got underway at the corporation premises this morning.
The basic objective of the program is to create skillful artists in the field of acting. The inauguration of the Acting Academy has taken place through the participation of Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Ajantha Senaviratne, and relevant officials. A panel of veteran intellectuals functioning as resource persons. Inaugural addresses have been delivered by veteran actor Shriyantha Bendis and Dr. Nuwan Nanajit Kumar today. The courses are comprised of theoretical and as well as practical activities. The drama unit and the digital video unit jointly organized the courses with the objective of sharpening the skills of participant artists. And actor Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid in the Harry Potter film, has died in the age of 72.
He also appeared in ITV detective drama Cracker and James Bond films Golden Eye and The World Is Not Enough. In a statement, his agent Belinda Wright confirmed the actor died in hospital near Falkirk in Scotland. Coltrane was made an OB in 2006 New Year's Honours List for his services to drama, and he was awarded the BAFTA Scotland Award for Outstanding Contribution to Film in 2011. The Scottish star, whose real name is Anthony Robert Macmillan, was born in Rutherglen, South Lancashire in 1950. Coltrane was the son of a teacher and a pianist, Jane Ross and G.P. Ian Baxter Macmillan, and was educated at independent school Glenalmond College in Perth and Kinross. The actor's career began in 1979 in the TV series Played for Today. Now, the Silver Screen Felicitation Awards Festival was held at the Bandaranaike International Conference Hall in Colombo yesterday.
It has been organized to appreciate the contributions of the artist in the 60th decade. The award presentation ceremony has been conducted on an annual basis according to a concept of an exceptional cinematographer in the 50th decade, Sumit Mibile. Many artists of the 60th decade who had excelled themselves in the fields of cinema, acting, singing, film direction, script writing and photography were appreciated on this occasion. In addition, the presentation of awards prizes were also handed over. Another feature has been the presentation of a special card which enables the artist indisposed to seek medical treatment from private hospitals.
For his contributions to the cinema industry in Sri Lanka, the next award is presented.
Cash gifts were also handed over to the actors Kumar Thirimadura and Sarath Kothalawala, who have portrayed roles in the internationally acclaimed movie The Newspaper. Former President Maithripala Sirisena, Ministers Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena, Bedura Vikramanayaka and a large number of senior artists have also attended the event. Stay tuned for international news after this break.
நான் அந்த காலத்திலிருந்து நம்பிக்கையா கொடுக்கல் வாங்கல் செய்யற நண்பர் ஒருவர் இருக்கிறார்.
மக்கள் வங்கி.
மக்கள் வங்கியின் பரிணத சிரேஷ்ட பிரஜைகள் சேமிப்பு கணக்கு இன்றும் பழக்கமான இடத்தில் நிகரற்ற பாதுகாப்பு, உயர் வட்டியுடன் உங்கள் ஓய்வு காலத்தை மிகவும் நிம்மதியாக வசதியாக கழிக்க மேலும் அனுகூலங்களுடன் முன்னணி மருத்துவமனைகள், விற்பனை நிலையங்களில் நம்ப முடியாத சலுகைகள்.
எங்கட பிள்ளைகள் போல அல்லவா மரியாதை.
மக்கள் வங்கியின் பரிணத சிரேஷ்ட பிரஜைகள் சேமிப்பு கணக்கு உங்களை அறிந்த உங்களிடத்திலிருந்து.
Come back on foreign news. Now, Liz Truss is facing a backlash from Conservative MPs after firing her Chancellor and announcing a second U-turn on a major economic policy.
And one former told the BBC, "We cannot go on like this indefinitely." Another trophy MP said the party was in a state of despair after the PM's Downing Street of news conference. Truss supported his trophy office said time will be tell, and if she had done enough to secure her position, calling those plotting to remove her highness. Sir Christopher said, "We can't possibly force another Prime Minister out of office. We've just got to calm down to try to give the Prime Minister our support." In an attempt to end turmoil of the finance markets, Ms. Truss sacked the Chancellor and a closely allied Squires Curtring, replacing him with former Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt. She then revised a key policy to scrap a planned rise in corporation taxes from 19% to 25%.
இப்படி வென்றிட இப்படி அல்பங்கள்
Prima Katumi Fantamai.
On sports news is from the international cricket arena, and the women's Indian cricket team became victorious at the Women's Asia Cup T20 cricket tournament for the 7th occasion. And the final encounter was between Sri Lanka and India and was played in Bangladesh.
The Sri Lanka team, after winning the toss, has decided to bat first. However, the Indian bowlers did not allow any opportunity for the Sri Lankan batters to be successful. They have managed to restrict the Sri Lankan score to 65 runs. The highest scorer was Inoka Ranavira, who was unbeaten with 18 runs. Renuka Singh has captured 3 wickets for the Indian team. Indian women's cricketers have easily fulfilled the victory target of 66 runs and recorded victory with 8 wickets in hand. Smith Mandana was not out for 50 runs, and Inoka Ranavira and Kavisha Dilhari have scored and shared 1 wicket each. Accordingly, India has been declared as the winners of the 2022 Asia Cup T20 cricket tournament.
Now, the inauguration ceremony of the T20 World Cup cricket tournament took off today in Melbourne, Australia.
All teams representing the tournament have participated in the event. All T20 World Cup matches are scheduled to be played centering the cities of Adelaide, Brisbane, Geelong, Hobart, Melbourne, Perth and Sydney. Semi-finals are scheduled to be conducted at the Sydney and Adelaide stadiums. The final is to be worked out at the Melbourne Stadium. Qualifying matches are scheduled to be commenced tomorrow will be played under 2 groups. Sri Lanka is competing under the A group, and Sri Lanka opens the tournament tomorrow by playing against Namibia.
Later in the tournament.
இப்படி வென்றிட இப்படி அல்பங்கள்
Prima Katumi Fantamai.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Do join us tomorrow at 8:50 p.m. for the very latest on Channel I. I'm Delanjali together with Charita signing off. Good night.
Good night.